Hey, everybody.
Yes, it is.
Oh, I should really put on the chat window.
Great band playing for you from the new Grand Terrace on
There we go.
Chicago's Great South Side. Get
Welcome,
ready now
everybody.
for 30 minutes of Super Jive in the Father Hines style. Yes.
Morning, Karen and Martin and Lori. Hey, Lorena. Working from home today, so I got a place to be in 20 minutes. Not particularly hot today, really. I'm all right. I just got a place to be nearby in a few minutes. So. Go check this curtain. Morning, Susan and Nikki. Hey, Karen. Morning, Lisa. Hey, Laura. Hey, Gladys. Hey, Sherry. Hey, Paula. Hey, Todd. No, it's actually not too hot today. I just have to... I'm doing some filming on Saturday that after the tour that requires a COVID test, so I have got to I gotta be at the Walgreens in about half an hour, so I figured I'd just work from home today, because I'll be closer to wherever I'd be filming. But I've never done the drive-through COVID test before. I'm not looking forward to it. Susan, yeah, that's kind of an electric fireplace. It's it doesn't produce heat or anything. It's just some glowing logs. Hey, Grandma Belle. Hey, Kathleen. Yeah, had I known I was going to have to stick something up my nose for this gig, I might not have taken it, honestly, but I still like sticking stuff up my nose. Hey, Natalie. Hey, Mary. But, you know, I am getting paid for it. I'm getting paid to stick something up my nose and making about what I made yesterday running a boat tour in the heat, which takes a lot longer and is a longer commute, so... I don't think the drive-thru is quite as bad. I mean, I've done the ones at home plenty of times. I've been picking up some Wednesdays doing boat tours. Money's not great, but, you know, it's something that keeps me in practice for Mystericon.
Earl Father Hines carries on now and presents Leroy Harris to sing Teacher's Pet.
Oh yeah, I'll be swapping myself, and that's not so bad. I feel fine. I don't feel like I have anything to worry about. I'd rather just do the home one, but that's, Screen Actors Guild does not allow such things. It's gotta be a lab-based test. Hello, Sherlock. Hey, Eleanor. I gotta check the shirt sales. Last I checked, I don't think they had actually sold any. Thanks, Susan. This is Earl Father Hines, live at the Grand Terrace Ballroom on Chicago's Great South Side. Susan, no, I don't have a SAG card. I don't do really enough that requires it. And apparently this gig does not affect SAG membership one way or the other. But I gotta stick with the rules. And it's based on how they test the results. It goes to a lab. I won't find out till 48 hours. But I don't know of any exposure that I've had lately, and I feel just fine, so. So today, since I have to be there in just a few minutes. Now I'm just giving some talking head stuff about SNA Studios. No one of the boat crew was ripping on me for wearing a mask in the cabin yesterday. That kind of left a bad taste in my mouth, and maybe not want to do those boat tours the rest of the summer. Yeah, I'm not too worried about getting it at this point, other than just the inconvenience. I'd rather not bother with the test, to be honest, but it's Screen Actors Guild rules, and I'll follow that. But alright, what we're going to do today, since we're working from home, is I thought, well, yesterday afternoon, between the morning tour and the boat tour, I decided to, I had a reservation to go to the Chicago History Museum to dig through the papers of Zabina Eastman. He was the editor of an abolitionist newspaper. His grave often turns up on the Rose Hill Cemetery tours, particularly on the new route, so I'm always looking for new stuff that I can talk about with people like this. And this was like boxes and boxes of letters, most of which are not really related to Chicago stuff. It's just related to newspaper business, but it's going to be very interesting to go through here because I don't know, I read a lot of 1850s papers where they just rip on abolitionists. One thing they never really say is, you know what else about abolitionists? They all got terrible handwriting. Possibly would be true. Like this one down below there, I am having the damnedest time figuring out who wrote this letter because I can't quite decipher the signature, but every now and then, with enough work, I can usually figure out what these things are saying. This handwriting's not particularly bad. Even this one, which is kind of a mess, give a look to this one, see if you can decipher who signed this one. This one, I was like, oh man, I'm never going to figure this one out. And then I realized who signed it. Like, whoa, this is a pretty cool letter to be holding, actually. Let's see how much we can make out of this. Then know nothing for sampler if your organ or the other a true defense party. And let's just cut off so I can't read the whole line there, which would help. But down at the bottom there, it says, yours faithfully, S.P. Chase. That's Salmon P. Chase. He was senator from Ohio at the time. He would later serve as Secretary of the Treasury under Abraham Lincoln, though we spent all of the term trying to plot ways to become the next nominee for president, usurping Lincoln himself, though Lincoln kept him in office just long enough that he couldn't mount his own campaign, then nominated him as Justice of the Supreme Court, which is where he spent the rest of his career. He oversaw things like the Andrew Johnson impeachment trial. And this is a letter that he wrote in horrible chicken scratch handwriting, just sitting right there. His name comes up a few times. There's one that he typed to Zabina Eastman that is in the letters there. So I don't really have time this week to really dig into it, but we're going to be digging into these things over the next few weeks, working on transcribing. Here's another one. This one is pretty tough to figure out. Well, if I go up to the top there, this is the minutes of a meeting that was held. It is Committee for the Relief of the Fugitive Slaves in Canada met, and upon motion of James H. Collins, James Collins, love that guy, George Manier, Esquire, love him too, all of my Graceland people are here, was called to the chair by McClellan. I don't know who that guy is going to be. It was appointed secretary. The president, Messrs. Collins, Manier, Tyler, Lind, Holden, Carpenter, Philo Carpenter, McClellan. Lots of cool people in this one. In fact, let me see, I think I might have forgotten to add one of the pictures here. Well, here. Elsewhere in this one was a whole bunch of names over at the back of it. Where'd it go? Here. Here's the back. This is the subscription of people who raised money for the relief of fugitive slaves in Canada. James H. Collins, L.C.P. Freer, Philo Carpenter, S. Lind, I don't know off the top of my hand, George Manier, William Taylor. C.N. Holden was an interesting one to come up in this situation. In fact, C.N. Holden was a grave that I had run across on the new route at Rose Hill, but I wasn't able to find a whole lot of interesting stuff. There's a lot of Holdens in there, but it turns out Holden is all over all over these papers here, so they might be a lot more interesting than I perhaps may have thought before. In fact, here's the other back of it. We'll move over here. This one kind of surprised me. One thing I was really trying to do for the tour, the Rose Hill Route B the other day, was find one grave that would cover Pride Month, Juneteenth, and Father's Days. It was all of those things at the time, and I actually possibly could do it with the Lunt family plot, Orrington Lunt. We talked about Cornelia Gray Lunt, who was the daughter of Orrington, the guy that they describe as the discoverer of Evanston, which he was not. He was the founder of Northwestern University, and just one of the first white guys to build a big house in Evanston. But his daughter, Cornelia, was described by Orson Welles as the most fascinating person he had ever met. She lived to be 90, never married, was definitely friends with Charlotte Cushman, the actress. All the conditions are right that we could consider her as a part of Pride Month. I would want to find more data about it before I said so for sure. But also, her father was Father's Day. And Orrington Lunt then appears right here, minutes of the committee meeting. At a meeting of said committee, member Orrington Lunt and Charles N. Holden and William Taylor and Thomas Blackard was appointed connection for. In any case, Orrington Lunt was involved in some abolition work here. Very cool to just see his name like that right when I've been researching him. All right, what did I get here? Oh, that's something from something else. Okay. All right, so lots of cool stuff coming up around here. That's what I'll be doing. I'm kind of busy the next couple of weeks with doing all of these other projects and other tours, but gradually I will get to transcribing some of these letters from the Zabina Eastman papers to see what we got. So we plug some upcoming stuff. Tonight, we are doing Virtual New York City Cemeteries Volume 2. I've been working on that stuff all morning long. Very excited about that. Sunday morning will be Pride Month in Chicago Cemeteries, our third edition of that one. And next Thursday night, a week from today, it is Time Travel Pub Crawl Pride Edition. Lots of great stuff coming up. And of course, this Saturday, day after tomorrow, it's a brand new one called 50 Ways to Die at Graceland Cemetery. It's looking like a very light crowd for that one, so if you don't like large crowds, this might be the one for you. But all right, everybody, thanks a lot for joining me. I have got to go get myself a COVID test so I can film something immediately after that Graceland tour. Be about as safe as you can be around me, I suppose. I've just been tested. So thanks a lot for joining me, everybody. I'm Adam for Mysterious Chicago Tours. Thanks a lot. I'm Adam. And stay safe, stay cool, stay strong. Keep things out of your nose as much as you can, but stick them up there if you gotta. But most of all, everybody, stay spooky. Have a good day, everybody. See